Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 13 of Direwolf20's Let's Play. Just logging in today, checking on this little oil well thingy that I started last episode. It should be pulling out some oil. There it goes. Yeah, look at that. Good job, oil. And heading off into that little Buildcraft room I created. And what I'm going to do today is start working with that oil a little bit, you know, give it some work to do and start processing it. And you can see the oil well goes pretty deep down into this hole here, so that's cool. Might want to clear out some of this area a little bit, but maybe not just yet. Maybe at some point. I should have a pickaxe in here. There we go. So yeah, I want to start working with some of that Buildcraft oil stuff. That'll be fun. And then who knows what else we'll get into this episode. So let's get started. Alright guys, so I just spent the last few minutes here running around in the desert collecting some cacti, whatever you want to call it. And what I've been doing is trying to get some more cactus green so that I can create some more pipe waterproofing, because I need to transport all that oil around throughout my little refinery area that I built in that house. So I've got my cactus greens, I've got some golden transport pipes, and I've got a bunch of items with me. Let's go check it out. And to get there, I'm just going to open up a portal right here and pop through. And I might change up this portal system to a Thaumcraft portal in the future. I haven't posted the video as of yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a lot of comments on there about why I'm using Portal Gun over Thaumcraft. And the main reason right now is I need Vs crystals to make a Thaumcraft portal, and I don't have any. So there's your answer. And ooh, looks like we've got some heat buildup up there. Let's see what's going on with our steam engine. Oh yeah, it's flashing between the red and the orange stage, which is not a good place to be. These steam engines will get too hot and explode, and we don't want that happening. So, power off, please. Thank you. And what I'm probably going to do is just pick this guy up, like that. Get down here. Alright, now that I've got the steam engine back, because I needed him anyway, and I've got a good amount of oil, at least for the time being. Oh yeah, that's plenty. Let's seal up this wall, because I don't need to be in there. And do I have food on me? I do, good. Because I'm hurting from all that falling I did. Okay, much better. Alright, so what I want to do is build a nice little refinery system here, and what I'm thinking is to get out my crafting table, ready, and I'm going to upgrade one of these wooden gears, and it's going to actually have to go all the way up to the diamond gear stage. Unfortunately, refineries do require a diamond gear, and as you guys can probably guess by the other recipes, a diamond gear requires about 4 diamonds. Dun dun dun. It's also going to need some more tanks, and I'm going to need a handful of these guys anyway, so I might be cooking up a few more in the near future, but for now at least we're cool. And I think I need to do something like this with the tanks, but before I can do that, I'm going to need about 2 redstone torches. And my diamond gear and 3 tanks will get me the refinery. Sweet! The refinery will refine your crude oil into wonderful and gorgeous liquid fuel. And liquid fuel is a lot nicer than crude oil. Let's take a look at how we can handle this. What I need to do is supply power to this refinery. And for now, I'm just going to use a steam engine. There we go. With some coal coke in it. Why not? And to get the liquid fuel from here in the tank to the refinery, I'm probably going to want to do something. Let me think real quick about how I want to do this. Alright, I've decided for now the way I'm going to do this is pretty simple. I'm going to craft myself some wooden waterproof pipes. And to do that, of course, we need some wooden pipes first. There we go. Used my last piece of glass. Got so much sand, I should probably go make some more glass. But what I need to do is convert these to waterproof pipes. I'm going to turn all my cactus green into pipe waterproofing. Get 2 waterproof pipes. There we go. And I'm going to need a stick and a piece of cobble for a lever. Now this is not part of the vanilla Buildcraft of pipes. This is actually an add-on pipe called the valve pipe. And what this guy does is in vanilla Buildcraft you'd need wooden waterproof pipes hooked up to a redstone engine. But this valve pipe right here will act as a valve basically, and won't need a redstone engine. So you can just apply a redstone signal to it on and off, and it'll go ahead and start pumping liquids out, which is neat. So let's give it a shot. I'm going to activate it with a redstone lever like so, and that should start flowing a bunch of oil into the refinery. Awesome. Looking good so far. I like it. Yep, good progress. Now that we've got that in there, we're going to need another wooden transport pipe, or probably two of them. I need a valve pipe here. I'm going to go with another valve pipe on the bottom of this thing. And let's go ahead and do something like this. I need another one of those levers. Might as well get two, because I know I'm going to need them. Two levers. And one will go in there, and that'll be my valve pipe for under the floor. And I'm going to make this kind of semi-neat. So let's put a valve pipe here. And I'll get a golden waterproof. So I've got a few of them. I'm probably going to need some more gold pipes. And for that, I'm going to need some more glass. So I'll probably come back in just a minute after I get that going. But for now, my valve, my lever, can sit just like that. There we go. That works for now. I'll be back in a minute once I get some more glass. And oh, it's nighttime. I need to hunt Enderman, by the way. I just came up with a build I want to do, and it's going to require a lot of ender pearls. So, luckily I have a philosopher's stone on me. I'm going to go make this a reality. Enderman, how's it going, buddy? Oh, I'm not attacking you, am I? Ah, he's gone. Curse these Endermen. When did they start running? Hey, while I'm at it, why don't I craft a weapon that will help me in my Enderman hunt? Dun 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 dun. So while that glass is cooking along, you can see it all cooking through my system there, I need a piece of silver. Everybody knows Enderman hates silver, right? Right? You didn't know that? Well, it's true. I can use my silver ingot here. I don't remember the recipe off the top of my head. It's a new recipe. What do you want from me? Ah, it's right on top. If you place a stick and a silver ingot there, you get the Athame. Now, this is a neat weapon. It's not very useful against most enemies, but against Enderman, oh yeah, what's up? Let's check it out. I see a creeper, becomes a slime, spider, Enderman. What's up, buddy? 2 hits to kill him. Oh yeah. So, Enderman, werewolf, same thing. And back to hunting. I ran out of glowstone. I found it to be a good idea to not only use the Athame, because if you get a cave spider here, hey, there we go. What's up, Enderman? So using a lot of glowstone for this, I grabbed almost a full stack of glowstone, and now I just have half a stack. So I think it uses a couple of them. Let's see, how much exactly do you use, by the way, for this? Is it 1 per transform? Hey, there's something. Yep, 1. So you can see it takes a bit of effort sometimes to get an Enderman. Sure, you can get it on the first or second try at times. Ooh, I want to kill you because you might have a zombie brain. Creeper, not so exciting. Oh, okay, spider, I hate those. See how much glowstone I just used? But ender pearls are going to be pretty important to me in about, I don't know, 10 minutes. Maybe less. Maybe more. We'll see. No holes here, huh? There we go. Better. Alright, that's enough hunting for one night. Let's head back and get back to processing our stuff. So, I did get myself some more... Where'd I put my gold? I had gold on me. Probably just put it away. Whoops. Alright, and then I'll meet you guys back over there. I need to get some stuff. Alright, ready to go. So what I wanted to do was get myself a few more golden waterproof pipes. Shouldn't be too big a deal. And I need some more tanks. I'm thinking, I don't know, how many do I need here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, and so far I've got 3, so just 2 more. Not a big deal. And they can go right here like this. And if you guys hadn't noticed, your tanks will act as one if you stack them on top of each other, but not side by side. So keep that in mind. Thaumcraft tanks, I believe you can put side by side, but not Buildcraft tanks. Cool. So now all I got to do is apply some power to this guy. Get myself a lever again. And the steam engine here is really just a temporary thing. I just want to start producing some fuel. So we'll let this fuel process, and what will happen is it'll kind of fill up inside this tank here. Maybe I'm not loving the fact that the steam engine is so darn slow. Alright, they're twisting my arm here. Where's my whatchamacallit thing? Do I have any stuff on me? I don't have any redstone. I'm going to need some of that. So let's do this. Get some redstone and head on back. Pretty sure that's all I'll need because I have some iron on me. Good. So steam engine probably not producing nearly enough energy to convert this oil into fuel. It's really a pretty expensive process in terms of Buildcraft energy. So let's do it the more powerful way. We're going to want to babysit this a little bit because what we're about to do is going to be, well, a little dangerous, but probably worth it in the end. So I'm going to get myself some wooden gears, some stone gears, and some iron gears. Then get myself a new piston. And if you guys hadn't noticed, all the Buildcraft engines start with pistons. And then you want to match the type of gear that you're using with some glass and the same kind of item up top. So I've just built the Combustion Engine, the most powerful engine in Buildcraft, at least in vanilla Buildcraft. So get out of there, mister, you're boring. And let's hook up this guy. Ooh, fancy. Now the Combustion Engine has 2 tanks. One of them is for either fuel or oil, and it can actually run on lava as well, but it really doesn't produce much energy while running on lava. And I just scooped up some oil from my tank, and I'm going to place it right like that. Now the other side of this engine is meant for water, but I'm not going to put any water in there right now because I don't need to let it, do anything. So hey, look at that. It's running a lot quicker and a lot more efficiently. Awesome. And we should start getting oil a bit faster than we were a minute ago, which is exactly what I wanted. I want to start producing oil. Now this combustion engine will run on this oil, and it'll run out, but we're producing fuel, so that's cool. Let's flip the lever here and ensure any fuel that does get produced gets sent down the line and into this neat little tank. So you can see that yellow, beautiful fuel. Loving it. And it's going to produce a lot of it. And I'll be back after we've let this combustion engine run for a little bit. And while I'm waiting for that to run, I'm going to start working on the next item I want to craft from Buildcraft. Hooray! And hopefully I have the resources for it. Alright, unfortunately this item is going to require all but one of my diamonds, but I think it's going to work out pretty well for me, and it's the only time I ever have to craft it, and it's a very worthwhile craft. The first thing I need is a diamond pickaxe. Oh, how cool is that? And then I'm going to need, I don't know, let's clean up my inventory a little bit here. I've got a lot of junk in it, but I need most of it. Hooray. I don't think I need more than a stack of iron. And this bucket, well, I'll probably need him in a minute. You can go in there. I'm going to need 7, believe it or not, 7 of these gears. And I'm going to get 4 new ones here because I've already got 3 hanging out down in my inventory. Awesome. And they all need to be upgraded to stone gears. And they all need to be upgraded to iron gears. And 3 of them stay, and 4 of them get upgraded to gold gears. Dun dun dun. And 2 of those get upgraded to diamond gears. Expensive item coming up. But it's a really nice item. And if I remember correctly, this is the recipe for it. This is the Buildcraft Quarry, the creme de la creme, the awesomest of awesome items that comes with Buildcraft, and it allows you to do some really cool stuff. And with that quarry, I'm going to get 3 lapis, and I'll explain what I'm doing here in a minute, don't worry. And I'm going to convert 3 of those lapis. I'm going to take a redstone torch, place the lapis on top, and get some landmarks. Another item from Buildcraft. Let's go check on our quarry, our refinery thing for now. Now the thing about this engine here with the water is it's going to build up heat. And remember before you saw the engine blinking orange and red. The front of the Buildcraft engine here, see how it's blue right now, indicates the internal heat level of the engine. At some point it's going to turn green, and that's going to mean it's getting pretty warm. And if there's no water in here, it's going to become a problem because eventually it'll turn orange. If there is water in here, it'll use that water to cool off the engine, which is pretty much exactly what we want. If we don't cool off the engine, though, there's a problem. It'll eventually turn from yellow to red, and then once it's red, it's very close to exploding, and this combustion engine will explode if we don't give it enough water to keep it cool. So I'm not quite ready yet to process and do all that craziness, but I will work on that pretty soon. For now, I'm just letting it create a bunch of fuel for me. So I might even need to get another bucket of oil here, but instead of doing that, I'm going to think about where I want to place my quarry. Good question. We've got this big, nice looking desert here. I might want to dig out a nice area and place a quarry down somewhere. All right, now that doesn't look half bad, does it? Not at all. Just tidying up the cobblestone into smooth stone. Gotta love the Philosopher's Stone. Yeah, that looks awesome. And getting some more oil here getting produced. This is probably going to be my energy creation room. This is where I'm going to be producing some of the energy for, both this refinery and maybe a couple other things. We'll have to see. But for now, I'm going to have some combustion engines in here, at least a couple, to process more fuel and whatnot. While I'm at this little refinery room, why don't I get working on a couple other things? Like, first off, replacing this thing. By the way, didn't have a whole lot of room to work with down here. Cool. So let's get that wireless receiver again. Hook him up like so. That should be good. Frequency 2 I did, right? Yep. There we go. And back to the orange portal color so that when I pulse this guy on frequency 2, perfect. Alright, just cleaning up my inventory a little bit. I want to drop off some of the items I don't need immediately. This is going to pretty much be my temporary storage area for all my Buildcraft type supplies. Now, like I said, this guy's going to need some water cooling to help keep the combustion engines cool. I'm going to have my combustion engines over here in this room, probably right along this wall. So what I'm thinking is probably right down here. If I had 3 here and then a space and then 3 here, this would probably be a great spot to dig straight down. Hooray! Down here is where I'm going to build one of my first water sources for all my engines. So let's take a look at what we can do. And I'm going to light this room up a little bit so you guys can see all the fun I'm having. Alright. So far, so good, right? Now, straight down here at the bottom of this is where I'm going to have the start of my infinite water pool. And I like to have them a 3x3 infinite water pool. And if anybody watched my last Let's Play series, you might be a little concerned about what I'm doing right now, saying, uh-oh, Dyer, didn't you have problems last time? And I'll say to you, I think they should be better now. And I'll explain what I mean by that in a little bit, if not this episode, the next one, depending on how far I get here. So a nice simple infinite water pool. Just start by placing 2 on the ends here, and now the middle block here will automatically be replenished whenever it's sucked up. And just place another one in a corner, and ta-da, it becomes an infinite water pool. So 3 buckets of water in the corners will get you a nice infinite water source. And on top of that infinite water source, I want to create another one of those pumps. Now you guys remember the pump, right? I created one for my oil. Let's go ahead and get one ready. I'm going to need one of these. And another one of those gears. And then I'm going to need some redstone. So where'd that thingy go? There we go. That gets me the first item, the mining well, and then on top of the mining well, I need a tank. Ta-da! Combine those 2 items, and we've got the pump. And the pump's going to go right here, right in the middle of the infinite water source. And the little hose thingy is going to extend out the bottom of that pump. There it goes. And to power my pump, I'm going to go with 4 redstone engines. And after, well, a good amount of testing, I'll say, I can safely say that 4 redstone engines is pretty much enough for what we're about to do. So let's get some of that going. I'm going to need 4 pistons. And boy, I can't wait to get my auto crafting system going. And with those 4 pistons, I need 8, count them, 8 wooden gears. And some glass. And some more wood. Redstone engines, hooray! 1 on each side. And I made this roof a little small. Shouldn't be too big a problem though. And then finally, 2 redstone torches should be enough. to keep all these things running full blast all the time. So one in this corner, and then one in this corner. Nope, wrong corner. That corner. There we go. Now all 4 engines should be running, and when you place a redstone engine on a machine that takes a lot of energy, like the pump, you might wind up seeing that it takes a few seconds for it to get going. But don't worry, once the redstone engines heat up, they're going to be producing more energy. Redstone engines will produce energy based on each time the end of the redstone engine there hits the machine it's touching. So while it seems right now like it might be moving a little slow, don't worry, it's fine. From here, I'm just going to get out of this little hole I'm in. Ooh, better check on my combustion engine there. That's blue still, so that's really good. I was worried a little bit for a second there. Let's get some lights in this room. Wouldn't be a bad idea, I'm sure. And then getting some fuel. That's nice to see. I need some of those waterproof pipes, the golden ones. So I've got some golden pipes. I'm going to get some waterproofing. Hopefully I have enough. Might be just a little short, but we'll see. Oh yeah, perfect. Look at that. Probably going to want this to be like so. There we go. Now we'll be able to supply water to all our cool stuff. Awesome so far, right? Very awesome. Oh, and look at that. My combustion engine turned green. Remember I said that green is one of the stages prior to the orange stage where things start to get too hot. And hot is bad. But it's alright for now. While I'm waiting for that guy, I'm going to craft up 2 more combustion engines. You guys have already seen me crafting these, so I'll be back once I've got them done. All done. So the combustion engine here is just going to sit right like so. And you can see it's going to quickly fill up with water. Awesome. That's going to keep the combustion engine cool. And the redstone pumps down there aren't doing enough just yet to keep all 3 cool, but like I said, once they heat up to the red and orange stage, they'll be good. And another note about redstone engines is they'll never overheat as long as they're working on something. If they're sitting there by themselves, not connected to anything and not doing any work, they will overheat and explode, but as long as they're working on something, they shouldn't overheat ever. And do I have my wrench with me? I do. Good. I'm going to need that in a minute. Now to get energy out of these neat little redstone engines, we're going to need some power transport pipes. And that's where we get a wooden transport pipe and some redstone to get our wooden conductive pipes. And these guys will conduct Buildcraft electricity. All you got to do is connect them to the engines that you're building. And right-click with your wrench to reorient your engine. So we want the engines facing up into the Buildcraft conductive pipes. Awesome. And then we just need to get ourselves some more golden pipes. Now you definitely want to use gold pipes whenever you're conducting electricity, because just like industrial craft, there is energy loss over a distance in Buildcraft, and that energy loss adds up rather quickly, and you don't want to see that happening once you've started producing all this awesome fuel and stuff. You don't want to see it going to waste. So energy loss is bad, and you want to use gold and conductive pipes to reduce energy loss. Your only other option for conductive pipes, by the way, is stone. So you have wooden to pull the energy out of your engines, stone transports it but has noticeable energy loss, and golden conductive pipes will also transport it with less energy loss, but still a little bit, so be aware. Alright, this is almost done. I want to wait for the last of the oil to, finish up in this tank, and then we'll see about producing more energy. And I am noticeably low on redstone dust. I'm going to have to go mining pretty soon. I'm doing my best not to use the transmutation tablet too much, but I will be using it probably relatively soon, maybe even to augment my redstone supply. Should get around to building it while I wait for this redstone or for this engine to go. So I've been putting off building the transmutation table. I said I wasn't going to be using it a lot, and I definitely meant that, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to use it at all. Definitely want to be using the transmutation tablet now and again, just because it's an awesome device. There we go. Items are getting sucked out. Smoothstone probably doesn't have a default route, so I'll let it go down to the chest here. There it goes. And your transmutation tablet's a pretty simple recipe, as long as I get it right. It's either smoothstone and obsidian like this, or I got it wrong, so not as simple as I thought, right? And your philosopher's stone in the middle will get you a transmutation tablet. And note that it doesn't use up your philosopher's stone, which is nice. So this is another equivalent exchange item. I'm going to place it right down here, even though, well, I don't know where I want to put it. Right here is probably fine. I'm probably going to need an equivalent exchange room pretty soon, but I'm pretty low on diamonds, so still haven't gotten to it yet. But the transmutation tablet here is a pretty interesting device. It allows you to transmute items from one to the other. All you got to do is find at least one of the items somewhere in the world and place it in your transmutation tablet, and you'll see that it tells you it learned that. So now the transmutation tablet has learned about cobblestone, I can use cobblestone both to get more and to produce, put it in to get items. Something else we could do with the transmutation tablet is teach it smooth stone. And you can see smooth stone has now been taught to the transmutation table. You can also detect that the transmutation tablet is telling you about this EMC value. I mentioned in a previous episode that EMC is the inherent energy value of any item in Minecraft. Any vanilla item and a lot of mod items these days have an EMC value described by equivalent exchange. And every item that you place in here is going to get learned by the table, and it'll tell you the EMC value of that item. And all you have to do is pretty much consider the fact that wooden planks have an EMC value of 8. And cobblestone has an EMC value of 1. So that means that 1 wooden plank equals 8 cobblestone. And a cobblestone, if you place them over here, can get transmuted into 1 wooden plank. And that's what equivalent exchange is all about. The rareness of an item determines the value of it. So, for example, iron has an EMC value of 256. So I could transmute 1 iron ingot into 256 cobblestone, or vice versa, 256 cobblestone into 1 iron ingot. And gold has an EMC value of 2048. So you get the picture here. Pretty straightforward. Yep, not too bad. So I taught my transmutation table a few things. Now there's 2 types of resources in equivalent exchange, and I've mentioned this in the past too. You've got matter, and you can see that when I put iron in here, it's locked into the matter mode. And once I take the iron out, it's no longer got a lock. Redstone is considered a fuel, and you can see that it's now locked into fuel mode, and I can't transmute fuels into matter, so there's no turning redstone into cobblestone, for example. A couple other examples of matter, of coal, or a couple other examples of fuel are coal. You can see that's 128 EMC, whereas redstone was 64. So you can take a piece of coal and transmute it into 2 redstone. And nickelite here is also worth 128, so you can convert that into 2 redstone. Awesome. So I'm not going to be using the transmutation tablet to get all kinds of crazy items and pretty much everything I ever needed, like, pork chops and stuff, but I will use it now and again to just swap out some items and help make the Let's Play move along smoothly. So it looks like the combustion engine here is pretty much out of oil, but it's still running. It's probably using the last few drops to convert some more oil into fuel. And fuel, if you guys were curious about it, will produce more energy when in a combustion engine. I want to say that a combustion engine produces 3 megajoules per tick when it's running on oil, and 5 megajoules per tick when it's running on fuel. So it produces more energy, but it also produces more heat, meaning that it took a little while for this guy to get to the green stage on oil. But if it were having fuel in it, it would probably be up to the orange or red stage at this point, which would not be good because it would be close to exploding. Finally, oil lasts a lot longer. So this fuel, the oil in here, fuel lasts a lot longer. The oil in here disappeared pretty quickly. The fuel would have lasted a lot longer in the combustion engine. So I'll be back in a minute once this guy finishes. Alright, that engine's still running over there for the time being, but I'm going to get myself a few more of these conductive golden pipes here. Actually going to get another set of them, and I might need a little bit more redstone just to make sure this all lasts. But I'm going to go mining after this because it's about time for me to start mining. And let's see, I want to run these redstone wires through the wall here, so probably right here would be a good spot. And I'll run this out here like so. And if I'm correct, it's right here that I want to connect that power to. Cool. And I'm going to hook it up like so. If you shift click, maybe not, so let's just get that in there like so. And now we should be able to run our power transport cabling from the combustion engines I've got here and it'll send that power through the line into my refinery and let it run a little bit faster. For now, I'm just going to use a bucket and scoop that liquid up. See that fuel? I'm going to place it right in my combustion engine. 1 bucket's worth should be pretty good in that engine, and I'll get another bucket's worth and place it in this one. Finally, I'm going to need to apply some power to these guys to get them running. Hey, it looks like the combustion engine finally stopped, so that's cool. Making a mess, don't mind me. And I'm going to go place it over here with the others. And you can also see that I got some red wiring. I'm going to get myself a wrench, rotate this thingy, and then place down some wiring. I'm thinking right here might be where I want to have my control. So for this to work, I'm going to want to drill through here. Looks like it's getting a little dark out, and we're getting pretty close to that wrapping up time, I'm sorry to say. But I do want to wrap this episode up by getting everything running. So I'm going to place down some wiring like this, and place this thing up through here. That looks good. And then what I'm going to do, just to make sure everything looks nice and neat, is I'm going to cover it up with the smooth stone blocks here. And you can see that the redstone wiring is connecting to these things. Don't worry about that. It won't affect it in any way. But I am going to cover it up like that, and that should be cool. Might want to have this thing here. Come on, sit the way I want you to. Alright, I'll sort this out off camera. There we go. Got it. So I'm going to need to craft a few more of those, but I'll take care of it later. All I got to do is place down a lever here, and maybe get 1 more bucket's worth of fuel for the very end engine there. And I'm going to craft a liquid transport system to get fuel out of that fuel tank and into these combustion engines, but I'll do that next episode. Let's turn them on and see what happens. Hooray, they're all producing electricity, and you can see my refinery running fast as possible. The refinery is moving a lot faster now than it was previously. I'm going to activate this lever to ensure all my oil gets pumped into the refinery. And what this will do is it'll keep pumping oil in, so as the refinery produces fuel and more room for oil becomes available, more oil from here will be put into the refinery, and it'll continue to produce fuel for me. And when I come back here a little bit later, this entire room will be converted, and all the oil here will be converted to fuel. And probably next episode, I'm going to have to run some power lines and get them set up on the pump up there. So I can run some power lines up to that pump, and these combustion engines can also power the pump. I'll probably start working on the quarry then as well, putting all this good, wonderful fuel to good use. So for now, this is Direwolf20's signing off on episode 13, Direwolf20's Let's Play. Hope you guys are enjoying the show so far, and I'll be back next episode to hopefully do some cool stuff. Take it easy, everybody.